Hey Internet, Caligula here, and welcome to another speed build and to another episode of Rebuilding Willow Creek. So again, we're in the same neighborhood as we were in the last two episodes, but this time we are actually building a 4-bedroom home, and I'm doing something a little bit different with this house. So I really wanted to try to make a house that was affordable. So even though this isn't a starter home, it's still pretty cheap. I think that it ends up being like 35,000 simoleons in the end, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit more, maybe more like 40 grand. But yeah, it's still pretty cheap for a 4-bedroom home. And I end up furnishing it sparsely. I don't furnish it totally, like I don't include a lot of decor items, but I do include everything that your Sims will need. So they've got a fully furnished kitchen, a fully furnished bathroom. There's even a couch in the living room with a TV and a bed in every bedroom, as well as like a nightstand and a dresser somewhere, I'm sure. So not a whole lot of furnishings, but everything that your Sims need. And I wanted to do that just because, like, I don't know, I feel like that's more realistic. I feel like when you download something from the gallery, I mean, sometimes you do want it fully furnished, but also sometimes you just want homes that you want to use more as shells. I don't know, because you want to, like, make your own families to move in and have them put their decorations on the walls. So I thought that, at least in this build, and maybe in a few others that I'll do in the future, that I would leave it more as a shell. I wanted to make it still playable, so that's why I decided to make it sparsely furnished rather than totally unfurnished. But yeah, I thought that I would try to ease up on the furnishings this time in order to make it more affordable and therefore maybe more playable. But anyway, so in addition to having 4 bedrooms, this house has a huge wraparound porch that wraps around the entire front of the building as well as around 2 of the sides. This house, like the other builds that I've been doing lately, was inspired by a house in my neighborhood. And I think that this is actually a house that people can rent in my neighborhood. So I was imagining a similar sort of thing. And I was thinking that maybe that would be why it was sparsely furnished, because it was a house that was rented out and maybe it was currently up for rent and didn't have any inhabitants in it. So, you know, I guess I could have furnished the inside like it would be furnished if a bunch of like college kids were renting it, because that's who probably rents this house in my town, a bunch of college kids. So I could like put some kegs in the yard or something, but I don't know. I wanted to leave that up to you. You could do that if you want. I don't care. But I really like this wraparound porch. I just wanted to make sure that I got the color of the bricks or the stones or whatever I go with right. It's very easy to pick a swatch that's too busy, because a lot of the brick or stone swatches are too busy, in my opinion. And yeah, like I said, I think in my last video, I wish that we had more brick columns and more brick fencing, because a lot of the houses in my area have huge porches that are made like largely out of stone and brick. Like, those things exist. So I wish we had those things in The Sims 4 so I could build them. But yeah, I'm just trying to choose a color for the exterior now. I end up going with this orangish gray, complemented by this, I don't know what you call it, those little round textures at the top. I don't know what you call those on the roof. But I think they make the house look really nice and they jazz it up a bit. I actually use different windows in this build as well. I use a lot of these rounded windows. I didn't use those same cats and dogs windows that I seem to use all of the time. I think I put in a blue door at the front. I at least consider it for a while. I forget what I end up going with in the end. Is it a blue door? Possibly. I'm not sure. But anyway, how are you all doing? I'm doing pretty good, you know. I'm still having computer trouble. I haven't actually tried replacing my battery yet, because in case I totally mess it up, I don't want to have no videos to upload. So I've been trying to pre-record a lot of videos, and also to make sure that I have all of my files backed up before I really dig in case I never get to see those files again. I want to ensure that that doesn't happen. So yeah, I've just been doing a lot of computer repair prep. A lot of building as well in The Sims 4, so be on the lookout for a lot of builds soon. And let me know what you think I should build next, because I want to do a lot of rebuilding Willow Creek builds in the future, but I also want to mix it up because I don't know, it just seems so boring to do the same style of build over and over and over again for like 20 lots in a row. I don't think I want to do that. So let me know what you think I should try building next. I'm up for doing something adventurous. I've never built a castle before, although that would take me so long. I was thinking of building the house from The Handmaid's Tale, which is really dreary, I know, but the house is beautiful. It's really gorgeous. The Waterford's house, it's really gorgeous. I was watching The Handmaid's Tale last night, and it's just the cinematography in that series is beautiful, as well as the way that like lighting is used and the set is designed and the colors of the costumes. Like, it's just gorgeous. So I was thinking of building that. I would prefer to build something smaller, like a beach hut, or maybe not a beach hut, but like a trailer on the beach. That would be fun. Maybe I'll do that. I did try to build an Airstream. Is that what they're called? The silver campers. I did try to build one of those recently, and it sort of worked out well. I think I ended up deleting it though, because it was just like, I was trying to build a cheap and tiny home, but that one ended up being real expensive for some reason. But yeah, so you could see that I have used a slightly different brick color for the front porch just because I wanted to break up the house a little bit. So I wanted to do most of it in this more orange brick and then the bottom in that browner brick. And I really like how the exterior of this house turned out. It's built on this corner lot, so there still is some space for a yard, but it's not a huge yard. So I don't know, it's honestly like, it's a yard that's the perfect size for like a house party or a caker. I think I described this house in my description on the gallery as a perfect house for people watching, because you could do a lot of great people watching on this porch. Like, honestly, like, not 360 because it's not quite all the way around. What's 3/4 of the way around of 360? What's that math? 270? Is that right? Is that right? I think that's actually right. Oh my god. But yeah, you got a 270 view. So I didn't put a whole lot of flowers in the landscaping of this build, although I did include a lot of bushes because I was imagining that this house was currently up for rent, so it didn't have current occupants, and so there wouldn't be a whole lot of upkeep on the yard. So I just wanted to keep it simple, limited myself to bushes, left out the flowers, you know, that sort of thing. I love this tree that I think came with the Jungle Adventure Stuff pack. Oh, and there's the mailbox. I always forget to put the mailbox in a different place. I actually, when I went in to take screenshots of my lovely lavender build recently, realized that I had totally forgotten about the mailbox and found it like immediately in front of the front door. Like as soon as you opened it to go inside the house, there was the mailbox. So I gotta remember to place the mailbox at the end. But yeah, I love that tree from the Jungle Adventure Stuff pack. That it was a lot bigger. I think I sized it down, but it's just gorgeous. And it adds nice variety to the trees that we have available. So here I am just working on the layout of the build. 3 of the bedrooms are upstairs and 1 of them is downstairs. I imagine that I think I made the front bedroom on the top floor, the master bedroom, and the bedroom downstairs was not the master bedroom, a regular old bedroom. And I end up putting the bathroom in this corner because I found that I can make a larger bedroom out on the top floor rather than on the bottom floor. So even though master bedrooms are usually on the bottom floor, I decided to include it on the top floor for that reason. I don't think that the master bedroom has its own bathroom actually. No, it doesn't. Wait. No, I forget which one ends up being the master. We'll just say there are 2 master bedrooms in this build because I do end up adding a bathroom onto the back end of the house and making it so that it's accessible from that downstairs bedroom. So there are 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms in this build, and 2 bedrooms that have direct access to those 2 bathrooms. So you get what I mean? You get me? You feel me? But yeah, 4 bedrooms total. They're all pretty good sizes, actually. None of them are very small. Part of the reason for that is because I include twin beds in at least 2 of them. But yeah, I think that they're pretty good sized bedrooms, as a matter of fact. So it took me a while to get the layout of the kitchen right because I wasn't sure if I wanted it totally closed off from the rest of the house, and also because I wasn't sure if I wanted to include a back door because, I don't know, I feel like every house should have a back door. Do you all feel that way? For some reason, I'm just like inclined to put a back door on all houses. Although I guess you don't necessarily need one. I sometimes, because I do the back of the house last, I sometimes forget about where to place them, or I think about that last. It's sometimes the placement of the back door is kind of funny, but yeah, I don't know. I tried my best. But yeah, I did have some trouble figuring out the layout of the kitchen because it was a little too small for that bathroom back there. So I end up pulling the bathroom out a little bit more. I might also leave the wall angled too, I'm not sure, but I wanted to include a bar area, like a breakfast bar, as well as a table. And I didn't want the table to be in the living room because there really wasn't that much room for it because the living room isn't huge. So yeah, it took a lot of fiddling around to figure out what was right for that bathroom and how that affected the kitchen, but I figured it out in the end. I tried to go with a really simple color scheme for the kitchen because I did want this to be another semi-starter home. So because this house ends up being really cheap, this is definitely the kind of house that a family that isn't super wealthy would move up into a little bit later on in life. Like maybe once a couple has their kids and the kids are no longer toddlers and they're really starting to need their own space, this house would be perfect for them because it would be, I think I actually said in my description for this on the gallery that the bedrooms are the perfect size to give kids room to grow. So yeah, I think that this house would be perfect for a family that is feeling cramped in their current home, but is still on a pretty strict budget. So yeah, like I said, this home is sparsely furnished, but the kitchen is fully furnished. And I think it looks very cute in the end. Did have some trouble figuring out the countertops though. Oh, I guess we're moving on to the upstairs now. I think I just got really tired with the downstairs because the kitchen and the layout was taking me so long that I just gave up and went upstairs. Is that what happened? Is that what happened? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, so now you can see that I've made a lot more room for the bathroom and for the kitchen. The bathroom's a really weird shape for a while. I fix it in the end though, don't worry. But yeah, I just made the kitchen a bright blue. I also included a lot of other bright blues throughout the rest of this house just because I thought that made it very cheery and allowed me to use some more neutral colors for the furniture that I think would suit a wider variety of tastes. So I thought that those looked really nice, complemented by the blue. I also make the upstairs bedrooms various shades of blue. I think I do something different for... Oh, I do something different for the master bedroom and also for one of the other bedrooms. I made it a really bright cherry room. I imagined that as a little girl's room, actually. And so I thought that color was very cute. And we're just moving on to furnish some of the living room. I furnished this very sparsely. Just a couch and a coffee table with a TV on it. Yeah, I think I even moved that coffee table up against the window and put the TV. Yep, there we go. So yeah, don't include much. Little rug. That's it though. So everything that your sim needs. I don't use that couch often actually. But I actually think that is one of the most realistic looking couches in the game. Like I think that you would see that couch in like many houses. Whereas some of the other ones are less realistic, I think. But yeah, so just changing up some of the lighting fixtures. I always put in those saucer lights at first, but I really don't like how they look in gameplay, so I usually end up changing them out at the end. Sometimes I also size them down so that they're still there because they give off the best light, but I just don't want to look at them because they're kind of too modern, and in a house that's more traditional, they just look ugly. So yeah, just quickly furnish the bedroom downstairs. There's a double bed in there. I was imagining this upstairs room as the parents' bedroom, so I did furnish it a bit more. I really like this white swatch of the futon bed. I think it looks very nice. I would like to sleep in that bed. It looks so comfy and serene and just so nice. And yeah, I also really like those coffee tables that are from the bowling stuff pack. Actually, the bowling night stuff pack might be my favorite stuff pack. I don't know. I really love all of the mid-century modern furniture in it. I'm actually thinking of doing a lot of mid-century modern builds for my Rebuilding Newcrest series that I'll be doing once I finish up rebuilding Willow Creek. But I don't know. I shouldn't talk about that yet. We'll talk about that when we get there. But I'm itching to do some mid-century modern builds. And the Bowling Night stuff pack is just absolutely perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, you can see that I'm just keeping it really simple with the furnishings. Just a bed in every room, usually an end table in every room, a lamp here and there. And yeah, just making it look really simple, but also very nice. The perfect place for your Sims to grow, like I said earlier. Moving on now to the bathrooms, you know, I find it hard to get too excited about bathrooms, right? I am actually about to move across the country soon, and I'm actually looking for houses myself, and I'm really hoping that I can find a house with a nice bathtub. I used to have a clawfoot princess bathtub in one of the houses that I rented. It was so nice, and I didn't use it enough while I had it, but house hunting is fun. It's a bit stressful, but it's fun because, I don't know, it's fun to imagine yourself in new places, and I can't wait to actually decide on a place and live there. It'll be great. So I end up giving this house the child's play trait, the convivial trait, and the party place trait. I gave it the party place trait because of its, college town renters vibe. But I also thought it would be a great family home, so your kids will learn extra fast here too. It's definitely convivial because the front porch is a great place for hanging out. So we're on now to the screenshots. I really hope that you enjoyed this build and you like what I've been building lately. I really think that I am getting better at building, but I would like to try some different styles. So definitely make sure you let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you very soon in another one. Goodbye!